Hey everyone, it's Lawrence here from StudioHawk. Today, we're going to be talking about future-proofing your SEO strategy. Yes, that is a big, lofty statement, but it's worth talking about. With so many changes and so many shakeups to the SERPs literally happening every single month, it's time to start thinking about, over the next couple of years, what Google's going to be looking at. Now, people are theorizing and theory crafting, which we love, and I want to digest that and really deliver that back to you guys and what I think is going to be quite important for future-proofing that strategy. So let's dive into it. Now, if you've been watching this channel over the last couple of months, you know that I've covered a lot of content on SGE. So I'm not going to give you a full recap right now. We have other videos about that we'll link as well in the video here to talk about SGE. But right now, people are theorizing that there's going to be a lot of traffic drops off this. Now, I see that as a bit of fear mongering. People are saying 30%, 50%, 60%, 80%. Now, that may seem really scary, but for me, it's quite exciting to know, hey, look, if someone's going to lose traffic, potentially there's going to be traffic gains to other people as well that play this right in terms of SEO over the next couple of months. So as we understand more of what SGE will start presenting to users, and it's being constantly developed, there's updates every single couple of weeks around what they're doing, adding things in, removing things. There's now a SGE Lite version that people have seen as well. We're going to keep watching this and seeing how it develops too. Now, something that's popped up quite recently as well is Google Discover. It seems to be popping off, getting a lot of traction. People are saying that some of their blog posts and some of the content on the website is being featured in Google Discover, which is really interesting. And the other part is people have seen just in one location, I think it's India, they've tested out a new Google homepage that includes news articles and different trends and things like that. This may be worth an entire new video once we get more information about this, but Google Discover, something to look into as well in the future. Now, how this is going to change in the search results, people like Eli Schwartz have noted that MOFU content may be the new thing to look out for. So what's MOFU content? Well, you've probably heard of tofu content before, and that's not the food, but MOFU content is middle of the funnel content, where it's users that know they have an issue and they're looking for solutions for that as well. And we'll run through a couple of examples for that in this video. Now, why this is a big deal? Well, with AI giving short, snappy answers, potentially in search results, which may result in people not clicking on your website, we're going to have to find ways to entice people to click to our website, which means providing more detailed information, comparisons, examples as well. So we're trying to draw people in not only by getting that generated snapshot in the SERPs, but also drawing them into the website. And that targeting and that strategy is going to be more tricky than ever. Okay, let's dive into some examples of MOFU content. So right here, I've got some examples ready to go. And the first thing I notice in terms of what MOFU content ranks really well right now is things like checklists and templates. So these are things where people already know what they're looking for. They have a problem around, let's say, onboarding. And like, I need something to sort me out. So if you create something around like an onboarding checklist or a template for that, you're gonna get pretty good results out of that too. And if we go through that as well, you can see how this page looks. Immediately, you've got it downloaded as a checklist as a PDF. You've got a breakdown of this, and this ranks quite well in the search results. And you can see why it's directly addressing that problem and giving them solution as well behind that too. The next part about making great MOFU content is doing things like comparisons. Now, this is what people are going to be searching for when they're looking at different service providers or different products. So here's an example of Binge versus Stan versus Netflix. And right now we've got Finder ranking up the top. If we go to that, they've got a pretty clear breakdown of the differences between it, the pricing, the trial periods, the quality, how many streams you can get. They've also got signups on there as well, so it's a great CTA. But this comparison content, again, it's really addressing directly what users are looking for in terms of solution and making it really accessible and easy for them to understand. Now, if you've been watching some of our previous videos, this is something I mentioned quite a bit, but case studies and content around things that have actually worked is what people are hunting for as well. No longer do people look at little tip blogs or just general advice and think, oh, this is pretty practical. People want to know exactly what's happened and how that particular product or tool has helped them as well. So I even have an SEO case study, and we have Ahrefs here, and they've got 11 SEO case studies you can learn from. And if we click through that article, we've got a really good set of case studies about it, real things that have happened in real life, which is going to be quite important. And if we look through and click through some of these articles as well, we have a full breakdown of that case study too. So that drives a user in, it makes it enticing, it makes it engaging as well. And rest assured that Ahrefs is benefiting massively off ranking a really high search like this. My last point in this on making great MOFU content is that each one of these articles has a really strong CTA, or at least some form of CTA, to get the person jumping onto that particular page engaged and also inquiring through to the website as well. So we've got on the onboarding checklist, we've got a CTA to fill out your name, email, company, and phone to download that particular template. Very clever. They can definitely get on an email list as well for their marketing channels. On the binge versus stand page, we've got a sign up as well. They've even got a free trial down here for binge at the same time too. And in the SEO case studies page, I don't know if we have the case studies, but they say, got your own SEO case study? Let me know. We're always looking to publish useful case studies. And they've even got a subscription to their marketing email as well on the side. So all clever ways of not only getting the user in, but also getting deeper into the website too. That's what really great content in the space is all about. Another big deal to add on to this in terms of future-proofing your strategy is the helpful content update. Now, we've made another video about that explaining it, but how this links into future-proofing is how we sort of play out content from now on. Google have said, hey, just make content for people. Doesn't necessarily have to be created by a person. You can use AI tools, but when you're looking at the search results, it's all about finding that particular intent from not only the user, but also what the search result is mandating. And I think SEO is going to change a lot of what we perceive to be what content people want on those search results. But that doesn't matter sometimes, it's what Google wants to see on those search results. Something to note as well. And as part of that process, we know that Google is building out a lot more of emphasis around really useful content to users, engaging content to users. Think about if a user landed on your piece of content, if a human doesn't really understand what's going on, they're not engaged with it, they don't want to inquire off it, and it just doesn't land right, you can rest assured that a Google rater might jump into your website and say, you know what, this doesn't qualify against the rating guidelines as well. So that's what the helpful content is all about. It's just elevating what the standard and expectation is on the search results too. My final point on this, and we'll just end on that as well, is that AI and SEO, their destinies are very, very intertwined. It's amazing to see how something changes in the AI space and the reaction from SEO has to develop and adapt to that as well. And things happen in SEO and AI reacts to that too. So every day I'm walking into the office and there's a new process or new cool thing that someone's figured out. Now, some of that stuff will be really relevant. A lot of that may not be as well, as people are figuring out how to use tools or figuring out the implications on SEO as well. So one thing we have to do in future-proofing an SEO strategy is stay vigilant. Things could change quite rapidly over time, and things could not change for a while, but in the future become quite important. Let's say something that they implement now may not kick in for 12 months, and we've seen that through things like the helpful content update as well. That's all I have for you today. Get out there and future-proof your SEO strategy, and we'll see you in the next one.